केवल प्रॉक्सिमल एंड रे गोटे छोटिया बोनटे अछि यू सी दिस 11 fibula which remains fused with the posterolateral aspect of proximal end of tibia wording गुडा भला देखता चेक करता so this is all about your tibia and fibula of cattle now at a stretch if I will repeat this bone it is a long type of bone it is a long type of bone now as it is a long bone it has three parts proximal end shaft and distal end it is located in obliquely downward and backward direction like that of the humerus of the forelimb proximally location ratio proximally it forms stifle joint distally it forms hock joint more specifically koile femorotibial articulation which is a part of stifle joint then tibio tarsal articulation which is a part of hock joint now proximally if you go proximally it consists of two flat or little bit convex articular surfaces called as condyles lateral and medial now these lateral and medial condyles are separated from each other by means of a groove next these are the lateral aspects of the condyles these are the medial aspect vitro side now if you see both the condyles medially they have spines they are called tibial spines at the posterior surface of the condyles there is presence of a notch called popliteal notch which gives passage to the popliteus muscle at the anterior aspect there is presence of a tuberosity that is called tibial tuberosity or anterior tuberosity of tibia next jodi ame jiba shaft ko jiba now I told you shaft is prism like that means almost triangular proximally and flat or flattened towards the distal end of the tibia as it is prism like it has got three surfaces such as this is the lateral surface this is the medial surface and this is the posterior surface the anterior surface is absent because lateral and medial surfaces unite or you can say continues with each other without forming any anterior surface at the junction between the lateral and medial surfaces obliquely there is presence of a crest called tibial crest now this tibial crest ends proximally in the tibial tuberosity there is presence of a rough area at about midpoint of the tibial crest for the attachment of semitendinosus muscle in between the tibial crest and lateral condyle of tibia there is presence of a groove which is called sulcus muscularis that means which gives attachment to the extensor muscles of the leg region of the animal at the posterior surface it is almost flat and consisting of several lines these lines are nothing but the impressions of the flexor muscles and the major muscle is deep distal flexor further there is presence of a nutrient foramen at the posterolateral aspect of the shaft of tibia which is also called as posterolateral nutrient foramen which gives passage to the major blood vessels of this region for nutrition. The distal end consists of two articular facets separated by a ridge which articulate with the corresponding trochlear ridges and groove of the tibial tarsal bone to form the tibio-tarsal articulation which is a part of hock joint. Particularly or specifically in case of ruminants, there is presence of a separate bone called lateral malleolus bone which is attached to or articulated with a facet present in the distal end of tibia. Now it is a bone which also articulates with the tibial tarsal and fibular tarsal bones. In contrast to the lateral malleolus bone, the medial malleolus is not a separate bone, rather it is fused with the distal end of tibia and remains as a bony prolongation. If you come to fibula, it is an aborted type of bone or rudimentary type of bone which is fused with the posterolateral aspect of the proximal end of tibia. Gala, any doubt? Jana ki unmute ki ko? Any doubt?
No, sir.
नेक्स्ट जीवा हॉर्स रे जीवा तुम निजे को डिफरेंस कोन देखुछ हॉर्स रे लेखो फर्स्ट पॉइंट ओनली डिफरेंसेस अच्छा हॉर्स को जीवा पूर्व आ गोटे मु खाली क्वेश्चन पचारिबी जे इफ यू सी द ए फिगर ता तुम देखलो इफ यू सी द आर्टिकुलर सरफेसेस I told you these are almost flat or you can say little bit convex also एटा जतले हमरो जाय कि आर्टिकुलेट करिवो का सहित एटा गोटे फिगर अछि तुम देखि परिबो नाउ इफ यू सी दिस फिगर if you see this figure this is the distal end of femur consisting of the condyles condyle is a convex type of structure here also the articular facets of tibia are also called condyles because they are also flat or almost convex so dita jako articular surface jetale convex hobo semane attachment hei paribe ki no one has to be convex and one has to be concave so that they will articulate with each other now here both the surfaces of femur and tibia they are convex in nature so there is a problem in articulation or there is a problem in the formation of tibiotibial articulation now what happens the nature has provided a cartilage like structure you can see this structure which is called meniscus and the plural is menisci 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 now what is this meniscus it is a cartilaginous structure figure tum jani parthuo these are bones and these two are cartilages now it is a cartilaginous structure which is biconcave in nature biconcave mane upar bhi concave dorsal side ta bhi concave ventral surface ta bhi concave ta mane kon hobo upar side ta concave jo heichi that will articulate with the femur condyles of femur seta convex hochi eta concave hala similarly ventral side we are concave so that it will articulate with the tibial condyles or articular surfaces of the tibia तो गोटे नोट कोई की गोटे पॉइंट तुम लिखि परिबो के बुझि पालनी पचारो के बुझि पालनी एवरीबॉडी अंडरस्टूड ओके लेखो नोट कोई लिखि दियो लेखो देयर आर प्रेजेंस ऑफ lateral and medial menisci menisci there are presence of lateral and medial menisci in between the distal end of femur and proximal end of tibia in between the distal end of femur and proximal end of tibia for the formation of femorotibial articulation for the formation of femorotibial articulation next point these menisci are biconcave means both sides are concave biconcave fibrocartilaginous structure cartilage is of three types I have already told you from the beginning elastic cartilage hyaline cartilage and fibrocartilage so these are fibrocartilage supporting structures so always they are rich in collagen fiber abundant of collagen fiber so they are called fibrocartilages the menisci are biconcave fibrocartilaginous structures that help in the formation of a joint where the articular surfaces of two adjoining bones where the articular surfaces of two adjoining bones are convex or flat in nature are convex or flat in nature like that of the distal end of femur and proximal end of tibia like that of the distal end of femur and proximal end of tibia. Okay, next jiba horse ro lekho. Identifying character kon horse ro? Very important identifying character. You see this figure. This is the tibial tuberosity. This is the tibial tuberosity. Now you see this tibial tuberosity, it is grooved. That means there is presence of a groove in the tibial tuberosity. In case of horse only, equines, but not in case of carnivores, or you can say dogs and ruminants. So first point you write tibia of horse re first point lekho. Tibia fibula misai likh diyo. Tibia and fibula of horse kar diyo. First point lekho, the anterior tuberosity of tibia, the anterior tuberosity of tibia is grooved. Grooved means there is presence of a groove on the anterior tuberosity of tibia. Next point, the sulcus muscularis, figure ta dekho 9 number dekho, yar 9 number dekho, yar 9 number dekho. It is much more wider as compared to cattle. Dekho, the sulcus muscularis is much more wider as compared to that of cattle. Similarly, the popliteal notch is also wider as compared to that of cattle. Similarly, the popliteal notch is also wider as compared to that of cattle. Bottom distal end aso, very important. Acha, sorry, proximal end re out jinso achi, tome fibula ta ko mark karo. The fibula is comparatively developed as compared to that of cattle. Now here the fibula extends up to the distal 1/3 length of the tibia. Distal 1/3 length porjanto tibia ro distal 1/3 length porjanto fibula ta jaichi horse re, but in case of cattle only a small projection. So if you see the proximal end, it articulates, but here the proximal end is fused. There is no facet, but here the proximal end is articulated, means there must be a facet in the proximal end of tibia for the articulation with the fibula. So next point lekho, as the fibula is comparatively more developed in horse than cattle, as the fibula is comparatively more developed in cattle, in horse than in cattle, comma, there are presence of facets. There are presence of facets both in the proximal ends of tibia and fibula, both in the proximal ends of tibia and fibula, for their articulation. Next point, the fibula extends up to the distal 1/3 part of shaft of tibia. The fibula extends up to the distal 1/3 part of shaft of tibia. Ja figure dekhche taha likhche ame. So that there is presence of an interosseous space. So that there is presence of an interosseous space. Interosseous means in between the two bones. Interosseous space in between the tibia and fibula. In between the tibia and fibula. Now for description, next point, for description, comma, the fibula of horse consists of 3 parts. The fibula of horse consists of 3 parts, such as proximal end, shaft, and distal end. Proximal end, shaft, and distal end. The proximal end is wider and thicker. Figure देखुछो कि मोटा अछि और wider अछि. The proximal end is wider and thicker, whereas the distal end is narrow and pointed. Whereas the distal end is narrow and pointed. गला डिस्टल एंड को चलो कौन डिफरेंस अछि टिबिया रे देखिया ऑलरेडी मु कहि दी छि तुमको फर्स्ट डिफरेंस कोन लेटरल मेल्युलस सेपरेट बोन नुह इट इज फ्यूज्ड दीटा जाक एक्सटेंशन एटाला मेडियल मेल्युलस एटाला lateral malleolus. That means both the malleoli bones are fused to the distal end of tibia. Next point lekho, both the lateral and medial malleolus bones, both the lateral and medial malleolus bones are fused with the distal end of tibia, are fused with the distal end of tibia and remain as bony prolongations. This side रे दीटा prolongation थाए एटी केवल गोटे साइड रे अछि कैटल रे and remain as bony prolongations. Next, most very important point, last point. Now the articular facets in case of ruminants they are almost straight, but here the articular facets are oblique. तमे जतले मने पकेबो रेडियस रो मने पकाओ रेडियस रे कोन थला distal end रे articular facets are oblique in case of cattle, straight in case of horse. किंतु एठी just उल्टा रिवर्स टा टिबिया रे कैटल रे articular facet उडा को straight थाए हॉर्स रे ओब्लिक थाए किंतु रेडियस रे तमरो हॉर्स रे ओब्लिक थाए स्ट्रेट थाए कैटल रे ओब्लिक थाए देखो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लास्ट पॉइंट which is the identifying character. The articular facets present in the distal end of tibia, the articular facets present in the distal end of tibia of horse are oblique in nature, unlike that of cattle, where they are straight, unlike that of cattle where they are तमरो अंडरस्टैंडिंग पई ब्रैकेट रे तुम लिखि दै पारो तुम निज अंडरस्टैंडिंग पई ब्रैकेट रे लिख दै पारो इट इज रिवर्स टू दैट ऑफ द facets of radius. It is reverse to that of the facets of radius found in cattle and horse. Radius रे जहा थला एटी तारा जस्ट उल्टाटा रिवर्स टा गला डॉग को चलो डॉग रे क्लियरली तुम देखि परछो fibula extends all along the length of the tibia. तो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लिखो tibia and fibula of dog कौन डिफरेंस अछि हम कल देखिया ता माने न जे तमरो अलगा जिंस ओडा तुम लिखिबोनी जदी टिबिया फिबुला लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन भी पड़ी गला डॉग रो कैटल रो जहा अछि ताहा लिखिबो ता सहित डिफरेंस कोन अछि सेउडा को इंक्लूड करियो लेखो द anterior tuberosity of tibia, the anterior tuberosity of tibia, comma, popliteal notch, comma, sulcus muscularis, all are present. All are present. Next point, the tibial crest is very prominent. The tibial crest is very prominent. Most identifying character, like the tibial spines are located at the same level. किंतु cattle horse रे कहइतली medial tibial spine टा टिके higher level रे थाए, but in case of carnivores बेले बेले तमे गोटे गोटे जगह रे जतले पुस्टिंग हबो से समय कोन हबो जतले पुचिंग हुए शिकार हुए से समय केवल गोटे बोन रो गोटे पीस टे केवल मिलिबो. एमिति नै जे तमु गोटे बाघर की छेली रो कि तमरो जेब्रा हो कि तमरो डियर हो तमको टोटल टिबिया बोनटा मिलिबो सिमिति न भी मिलि पारे. तुमको गोटे बोन रो गोटे पीस मिलिबो. तुमको आइडेंटिफाई करियो पड़िबो सेटा प्रॉक्सिमल एंड ना डिस्टल एंड. जदि प्रॉक्सिमल एंड हला कहार प्रॉक्सिमल एंड को स्पीशीज रो प्रॉक्सिमल एंड कि को स्पीशीज रो डिस्टल एंड को बोन रो डिस्टल एंड. तेनु तमे प्रॉक्सिमल शाफ्ट एंड डिस्टल कैरेक्टर सबु बोन रो सबु स्पीशीज रो आइडेंटिफाइड कैरेक्टर जानिले ही तमे फोरेंसिक रिपोर्ट दे परियो. तो एठी तमर आइडेंटिफाइंग कैरेक्टर हला टिबिया रे the tibial spines are located almost at the same level. Next, fibula. Fibula extends the whole length of tibia. Fibula extends the whole length of tibia. Full stop. जदि टिबिया जदि फिबुला होल लेंथ हला दैट मींस प्रॉक्सिमली गोटे आर्टिकुलर फैसेट रहिबो डिस्टली भी आर्टिकुलर फैसेट रहिबो. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लिखो, देयर आर प्रेजेंस ऑफ आर्टिकुलर फैसेट्स. देयर आर प्रेजेंस ऑफ आर्टिकुलर फैसेट्स both in the proximal and distal ends of tibia and fibula. There are presence of articular facets in the proximal and distal ends of both tibia and fibula. For their articulation, comma, so that there occurs a long interosseous space, so that there occurs a long interosseous space throughout the length between the two bones. नेक्स्ट बा डिस्टल एंड रे मेलियोलस बोन विषय रे बर्तमान तमे को एठी कोन होतला लेटरल मेलियोलस सेपरेट थिला एठी लेटरल मेलियोलस फ्यूज हे थिला किंतु एठी लेटरल मेलियोलस रोया पई जगह अछि कि नाही काहे कि दैट स्पेस इज ऑक्युपाइड बाय द फिब्युला टा पूरा डिस्टल एंड पर्यंत जाईची तेनु आ लेटरल मेलियोलस टा रहिबो कोठ रहिबोनी. दैट मींस the lateral malleolus bone is absent in case of carnivores. Only there is a projection in the medial aspect of the distal end of tibia, and that is nothing but the medial malleolus bone. Like how? Next point, the lateral malleolus bone is absent. The lateral malleolus bone is absent. Whereas the medial malleolus bone the medial malleolus bone is fused with the distal end of tibia is fused with the distal end of tibia and remains as a bony prolongation like that of cattle and horse. That means it is lateral totally absent. That space is occupied by the distal end of fibula, so it is absent. Next, last one. Next, tibia and fibula of fowl. Next, write down. Now, in case of birds, what will happen? There is no such bone, separate bone called tibia. Why? Because the distal end of tibia is fused with the proximal row tarsal bones. So the total structure is called tibiotarsus. If you use word tibia in case of fowl, it will be a wrong interpretation or wrong result. Rather, instead of using the word tibia, we have to use tibiotarsus. Next point, lekha. Heading here, tibiotarsus and fibula of fowl. Tibiotarsus and fibula of fowl.
Yes, sir.
Tibiotarsus and fibula of fowl. Lekha. Both the first point, lekha. The distal end of tibia is fused with the proximal row of tarsal bones. To form a conjoint structure, conjoint, conjoint means misigi. Jemti tomar carpo metacarpus thila. Semedi, the distal end of tibia is fused with the proximal row of tarsal bones to form a conjoint structure known as tibiotarsus. Tibiotarsus, single word, known as tibiotarsus. Next point, very important point, short question padigo. This tibiotarsus bone, hello, good evening sir, क्यों sir? हाँ सर, किसको सर? कौन? अच्छा ऐसा मैं वो थोड़ा ऑनलाइन में एक ले रहा था क्लास, आपको 10 मिनट में कॉल बैक कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा मैं आपको ऐसा ठीक है सर, मैं कॉल बैक कर रहा हूँ सर। The distal end of tibia, कौन लिख लेगा? कोजान लिख ले रहे?
This tibiotarsus bone.
हाँ, देखो, the tibiotarsus bone is the longest bone of the skeleton of bird. This tibiotarsus bone is the longest bone of the skeleton of bird. Gala, this is the first and second difference. Next, the tibial crest is a thin plate-like structure. It is just not like a crest, rather it is a bone it is just a thin plate-like structure. So next point, the tibial crest is a thin plate-like structure. The tibial spines are not so prominent like that of the animals. The tibial spine dita simiti eta choto bone tibial spine, they are very difficult to distinguish. The tibial spines are not so prominent or not so distinct like that of the animals. Next point, the fibula is attached to the posterolateral aspect of tibia. The fibula is attached to the posterolateral aspect of tibia like that of animals. Next point. The proximal end of fibula is broader and thicker. The proximal end of fibula is broader and thicker, whereas the distal end is very thin, narrow and pointed, whereas the distal end is very thin, narrow and pointed. जतले बोन रो लेग पीस खाउछ चिकन रो तम सेतले जानि परियार अछि कोटा रेडियस ना कोटा टिबिया फिबुला. Mostly the leg piece which we eat is the shank region, or also called as the tibiotarsus and fibular region. सेतले तमे फिबुला डाउ देखि परिबो. The distal end is very thin, narrow and pointed. Last point, there are presence of articular facets. In the proximal ends of both tibia and fibula. In the proximal ends of both tibia and fibula, for their articulation. So this is all about your tibia and fibula bones in cattle and the differential points in horse, dog and fowl. Any doubt? Which doubt is there? Any doubt from anybody? Car doubt अछि? सुना जाउछि त ना समस्त हियर अछ?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt from girl side, boy side? Car doubt अछि? Okay. Share mate attendance पठे दो.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.